A quote from Alejandro Mayorkas yesterday when talking about the Border Patrol agents, the mounted agents on horseback using their reins as whips, which is a total lie. He said, quote, "They do not reflect who we are as a country, nor do we think they reflect who the United States Customs Border Protection is." Why are these guys being thrown to the wolves? These highly trained agents who are just doing their job.
We know exactly why, right? Because his policies are disasters. He's the chief architect that has opened our borders, caused a disaster along all 2,000 miles, not just in Del Rio. He sees this as a great opportunity to deflect on his inadequacies and his failures. Look, Rob, he went even further than that. Once he got back to D.C. in the swamp, he goes on national TV, shocker, CNN, and he actually is already the judge, jury, and executioner of these outstanding Border Patrol agents, where he says they're weaponizing horses to attack children. That came from the mouths of this secretary. And here's what I know. He did not have a single conversation with those agents or any agent that has been a longtime member of the Horse Patrol. Look, I was a former chief and commissioner of CBP. I know what I saw. I know it wasn't what he was saying it was. But I still, before I made a single comment, I reached out to Border Patrol agents. I reached out to agents that were assigned to the Horse Patrol and said, hey, I just want to make sure I'm seeing what I'm seeing. They're not whips. They're used to control the horses, and it's absolutely within their training and policy. And, of course, that's the fact. Mark, the secretary is out there throwing them under the bus.
Just quickly, I know we talked about this yesterday, but when it comes to agents for the United States Border Patrol, are they or have they ever been issued whips as part of their to use on immigrants? Have they ever been?
No, never have been, never will be. And those reins that you saw are long. Again, it's to control the horse. No training, no document, no doctrine has ever told them or approved using those whips to actually go after migrants. It's used to control the horse.
This is a total diversion by the left. They're calling it Whipgate. These agents, these poor agents, are on leave. Meantime, we're hearing reports of a woman who was forced to give birth under this bridge. There were people, townspeople, we can call them that because they've created a town, a village of 15,000 under this bridge. That's how she was forced to give labor. We're also hearing reports of at least one sexual assault under this bridge. People are living in squalor. Kids are bathing in deplorable conditions. This is not a third world country or a fourth world country. These are fifth world conditions that they're living in right now. This is Joe Biden's America. I have a question about the rest of the border, because this is Del Rio, Texas, but the border is enormous. With all of the Border Patrol agents and resources that are now focused on Del Rio, what does that mean for the rest of the border?
Rob, that's a question that's not getting asked enough. And this is what we always say. Illegal immigration is not the issue. Border security is. Illegal immigration is just one subset of the complex threats we face. Criminal aliens, gangs coming through, drugs pouring across. And what you're seeing in Del Rio, it's happened along all 2,000 miles, not just Del Rio. Because of the unbelievable crisis in numbers, last month over 200,000, Border Patrol agents are being pulled off the line to be bus drivers and daycare providers, leaving large areas of the border unmonitored, unpatrolled, unsecure. Look, in Del Rio alone, over 224 miles have gone unpatrolled because every single agent is pulled off the line to handle those third world conditions and process those Haitians. It's absolutely dangerous. It's out of control. And every aspect of our public safety, health, and national security is being impacted because of this administration.
Quick question. Alejandro Mayorkas doesn't have any of the numbers on how many people have been released into the United States, how many Haitians are being bused to random locations throughout the country. When an illegal immigrant is released on their own recognizance, how often do they return to court for their scheduled hearing?
9 out of 10 never show up. That's a fact. The data can go. You could go on the DOJ's website, and those data and the facts is there. 9 out of 10 don't show up. Jeez. This secretary knew it.
Mark, something tells me we'll see you again tomorrow and throughout the next several days. This is not going away. It hasn't gone away for 8 months. I appreciate the information. I feel bad for those mounted members of the Border Patrol who literally are highly trained and just want to do their job and go home to their families. These are American people being treated terribly, very, very poorly. Mark Morgan, good to see you. Thank you.
Thanks, Rob. Thank you, Rob, for bringing that to attention.
Our pleasure.